13 plays 2, almost at the 12-minute mark of the first quarter. The 1977 grand final. Worthington, a long kick out towards the centre wing behind.
16 minutes gone of the first quarter, the 77 grand final, and not a great game at the moment, but full attention, and that is understandable as the ball goes back now. A little short of centre half back.
By 12 points, down to full forward. Big pack of players down there. Knocked forward by Croswell. It goes straight to the Collingwood defence, though, and turned back towards the half-back line. Brought back by a policeman, Kevin Worthington, to put the ball back into a play. North Melbourne lead 21-8. Oh, enormous kick by
really attacking the ball. Collingwood playing from behind. Ball out towards that member's side. A chance for Thompson to get his hands to it. Couldn't quite hold it. There's a Gordon in trouble, but he's clear now as he tries to get the ball back there towards that half-forward line.
So the leeway is 12 points. Worthington to get play underway again will favour the outer side. Out towards half-back, looking for his big ruckman, Thompson.
Half minutes of this second quarter. Waiting on Worthington. Collingwood would be kicking against the breeze this quarter. There's Thompson, and every time he's done that, Gordon's left him unattended right throughout the start of this, from the start of this game.
Well, the difference is now 8 points in favour of North Melbourne. Worthington now towards the half-back line. Thompson behind Keenan again. He takes the mark. Well, pretty lucky Len Thompson, but he's had a great year. But that's through playing in front. He's playing behind this afternoon. Back towards the centre wing, down in front of the second quarter. The 1977 grand final coming to you live through Channel 7.
Waiting on the ball to come back into play by Worthington. Ball driven out towards that half-back line on the outer side by Blight. And down goes Magras, a shot for goal, but in the goal mouth, there we see Worthington take the mark. Coming in a bit late was Briders. Worthington, the Collingwood fullback, at the fullback position. Collingwood 3-7, trailing North Melbourne 4 goals 8. As the ball goes back towards that half-back flank position. North Melbourne 4-9 to Collingwood 3-7 as the ball goes back now towards that half-back line. There's Thompson and Keenan going for the knockout. Stan
a lead 4-10 to 3-8, a lead of 8 points. Very close to half-time. Worthington now towards the half-back line. Mark taken by Gordon. Magpies trailed by 8 points. 1977 grand final. Gordon towards centre wing.
Probably told him to go for the long kick and not to give it away for Mel's, but that's not Gott's fault. It's been Gordon. He's let him go all day, getting about his opponent. The ball back there to Thompson and Keenan. Keenan couldn't hold that 7. Got off to a great start this grand final match, kicking 3 goals from 3 shots. Now he's had 2 cracks at the goals and kicked 1 behind and 1 out of bounds. Ball back by Worthington, back towards the half-back line in front of the members. At the back is Twiggy Dunn. Just going to play that mark. Took it away from Big Len Thompson. Hasn't been a very inspiring play today, Twiggy Dunn, as he boots the ball. They're looking for Rene Kink. Got his hands to it and got the mark. Rene Kink will go up there for Cooper. The pressure on Gumbleton now as he drives it up to the 2 of them. Gumbleton gone for the punt, but Moore's got it. No, he said mark. He's paid it. I thought so. Well, it's a very hard job for Frank Gumbleton. A very hard job indeed, because he's giving away about 6 inches. And the big fella, Peter Moore, always looks a threat to any side, and looking a bigger threat today. Already kicked 2 goals.
Sorry, Louis, pretty hard to play from behind, too.
Well, it's the only way you can play this guy, because if you play him in front, he'll jump all over the top of you. And that's the only hope Frank Gumbleton's got. Here we go now. Fires. And he's put it through, and the Magpies have hit the front for the very first time in the 1977 grand final, coming at the 3-minute mark of the third quarter. Now, the difference now is what if that fellow will get out the way. 2 points in favour of Collingwood. The ball driven around by Worthington towards that. Got to get there. Score. The fellow keeps on standing at 2. Okay, Collingwood 7 goals 8. 50 points to North Melbourne 4. 13-37. So it's a difference of 13 points as the ball comes back into play out there. Good mark to Twiggy Dunn.
Half-back line, Twiggy Dunn. Magpies looking $1 million in this third quarter. Back towards the centre wing it goes.
Hyde's got the ball. He can't pick it up either. Back it goes towards Ick, trying to get out of the pack, but he's collared. And the free kick will go to Collingwood. North Melbourne looking a little tired at the moment. And the free kick to go to Collingwood's Worthington at centre half back. By golly, poor old Cable can't do a thing right. The ball falls short, and a mark here to Wayne Richardson at centre field. Wayne Richardson, 31 years of age, possibly playing his last game as the ball goes up towards...
Okay, what's the first one on the grand final? Down towards full forward it goes. Chance of Worthington. Hurried kick goes straight to Thompson. Thompson turned back towards the centre wing. Gordon setting himself over the back is Gumbel.
Waiting for the ball to come back into play. North Melbourne not having much luck at all when they're trying to get a run on, and it's Worthington to bring the ball back out towards that half-back line on the members' side. Gordon, no, he stood
down to Elves. Elves moved North Melbourne deep into attack. Down towards full forward, looking for Baker. Sets himself. Beautifully done in front, though, by Worthington. What a duel this pair have had. Worthington in turn. Out towards half-back line to Ray Shaw. Shaw for the Magpies in the dying stages of the third quarter. Running towards the centre wing. Looks for the short pass. He directs it out towards half-forward. Barron plays it beautifully. Streaming goalwards. 40 metres out. Bangs in towards goal. And he's put it through, I think. Magnificent goal, Ricky Barron. And the Magpies looking $1 million. And 77 looks like being the Magpies' year.
And be the first side ever to win a grand final from the bottom position. They were the wooden spinners last year as we wait now for the ball to come back into play by Kevin Worthington, the Collingwood full-back. Oh, he's gone for a little short kick for himself, not on the mark. Baker left him unattended that time. He gets the ball back there on a mark taken here by Andrew Ireland.
Go on, there's the score. 67 plays 53. The Magpies by 14 points.
And we've played just on 7 minutes of this last quarter. I know this made the difference to North Melbourne coming on the ground as Billy Netterfoley's been in everything so far. Up it goes. Thompson's got the mark. We see Thompson take that mark out there at half-back. Collingwood under pressure now. 14 points in front as the ball goes around towards the wing position. Up
of season 77.
Collingwood 67 to North Melbourne 60 points. That's the difference, 7 points. Collingwood looking a bit shaky at the moment as it gets hopeless in the third quarter, but it's certainly come to life now with Sutton and Dents down there. We wait now for the ball to come back into play. Thompson at the back, lead by 1 point.
20 minutes of play in this final quarter. Thompson uncontested in the ruck. Handball's out to Worthington. That's dangerous. Worthington will go for the handball and turn out towards half-back. Taken by Billy Picken. Loves the run. He's off.
69 points apiece. There's the scoreboard in the 1977 grand final, approaching the 21-minute mark. Or over the 21-minute mark, actually. And the ball back into play. It'll be a long quarter as the ball goes out there towards that half-back line. 3 points to Collingwood, 69. And by golly, the Magpies have got to come to life now as the ball is driven out there towards...
Have that thought running through his mind now.
There we go now, waiting for the ball to come back into play. It'll be Worthington, who didn't play that well last week, and he's got the job of stopping Baker, taking those big marks. The ball back into play. There's Keenan and Thompson. There's Rene. Both sides looking very dangerous. We wait now for the ball to come back into play. Worthington can't quite make up his mind what to do here at the moment. Usually a beautiful kick, and that's another good long one out towards that half-back line. I was blind.
So the difference is 8 points, and Worthington still in trouble as to what side to kick it, Louis.
There he goes, kicking it out to the members' side of the ground. Thompson in front. Keenan, and this, of course, is coming to you live through Channel 7 Melbourne, right throughout Australia. Around about 4 million people watching the show, and we hope you're enjoying as the ball goes back.
And there won't be very much time off in this first quarter. There's Worthington again, who's been very confused as to what side to kick it to date. It's going to favour the members' side, I think. No, he's going straight down the centre, down towards the centre of the ground. Billy Picken sets himself, can't mark a chance there for Anderson if he can break clear. The Magpies batted into goal before quarter time. Anderson down towards full forward. Rene King setting himself.
I don't know, it's full of incident, but it's certainly exciting, Peter, isn't it?
Certainly is, Louis. 36-22. North Melbourne by 14 points. That's on 3-4-22. North by 15 points, but a long, long way to go to decide the flag for 1977. Worthington out towards half-back and outer side, looking for Thompson all the time. What a game he's playing.
A great personality, a big occasion player too. The ball back into play by Worthington. The long kick out there towards Thompson. They're all in points.
39-22, as you can see. North by 17 points. And as Louis just mentioned, they should be a lot further in front than that. The Collingwood defence looking pretty bedraggled at the moment. Out towards half-back, Thompson setting himself. Keenan in front, down to Max Richardson. What a game he's playing too. The Collingwood skipper back towards the Magpies at 3-4-22. So North lead by only 18 points. And by golly, they've squandered some opportunities, Lou.
Well, they've had 15 shots, or about 17 shots to Collingwood 7. And they're not looking good, the Magpies, at all at the moment. Ball goes out.
Towards full forward of North Melbourne. Baker setting himself over the back is Worthington. Thumps it down to Max Richardson. Handball in turn goes out towards the back pocket. Chance again for Worthington. Streaming towards the half-back line and turn towards the centre wing. Great second grab. Magnificent mark. Wayne Richardson. Magpies throwing everything into the second quarter, and well, they need to. Back towards their half-forward line it goes. Twiggy Dunn has not much to do.
At 4:6:30, and it's not hard to get excited here today because there's still plenty of fight in both these sides. And there's only 17 points the difference, and that's not a long way to be in front when you've got such a long way to go.
At Ava of North Melbourne, 60 plays 30, 19 minutes of play approaching in the second quarter. The Magpies badly need a couple of goals before half-time.
There we see Gott and Cooper, two ex-Collingwood, two injured players for Collingwood. Gordon takes a nice mark out there at half-back. There's the score, 86, plays 67. And we've played 12.5 minutes. There's a bit of a go now for Worthington. Put the ball to his boot and got a longer kick out towards that wing position. In comes Gordon. Gets the ball over to Dunn. Hand pass back to Manasseh. Back to Gordon again. It bounces right friend. And now the Magpies. He better kick it in a hurry. He fires for the goals. And what's the result? Put it through. What a magnificent goal. That's his first. And he showed plenty of dash. Good play by Gordon. Coming back there towards his position on the wing. And watch this play again. There's Twiggy Dunn. Gets it over to Manasseh. Manasseh back over to Gordon. And it bounces right for Gordon. Look at the bounce. A perfect bounce for the big winger. And he shows plenty of dash. And he fires and he's put it through. And we see the scoreboard.
Free kick, no, he won't. Taken by Stephen Hick. Hick back towards full forward it goes. Baker sets himself. He's got it. Nice being played Collingwood's way. Being played to Kevin Worthington. The Magpies. North Melbourne lead by 14 points. 87 to 73.
Waiting for the ball to come back into play. By golly, the presses here was fantastic as it goes out now to mark to Manasseh. Oh, nearly played on, but now he's right. He's got his balance. Hand pass over to Hyde on his own. He'll drive the ball well over the half-forward line looking for Wearmouth, and he's got the mark. Collingwood starting to look a bit dangerous as the ball goes right up towards their full forward zone. Moore coming out. Couldn't hold the mark. Down she comes to Shaw. Little fella's going to have a pot shot for the goal. Renee Kink and Sutton battling for it. Score on the board, and North Melbourne leading by 15 points to wait for the ball to come back into play.
88 plays 73. Worthington back towards Keenan and Thompson. 89 to 73. They lead by 16 points. 22 minutes approaching in the third quarter. Still anybody's game. Worthington going straight down the centre, looking for Twiggy Dunn.
Takes it away. North Melbourne getting a lot of confidence now. Hyde couldn't hold the mark. Going after us, Croswell. Intercepted that time by Worthington. Over to Perry. Perry's clear. Drives the ball out towards the wing position.
Melbourne had at the 16-minute mark or thereabouts in the second quarter. 27 minutes approaching in this third quarter. North Melbourne looking pretty good for the flag for 77, but there's a long way to go. Thompson in front. Mark's going to be paid belatedly. Pretty late whistle. And then Thompson looking pretty tired too. He hasn't been off the ball all day.
I don't think he's Robinson Treasure. There's plenty of players tired, and I think mainly Collingwood players too, incident. The way they're starting to run now, they're looking a little bit weary, and North taking full advantage of this and going on with the game properly.
Thompson in turn towards the centre wing, Members side. Diving mark for Billy Picken, who I think is now playing at centre half forward. Tommy Havey putting a few changes as well. He would have to. Back towards the half forward line for Collingwood. I think over.
Which is coming to you live through the Channel 7 at Melbourne, right throughout Australia. We certainly hope you're enjoying the game as much as we are, because it's a great game, and the crowd here over 100,000 are really excited. There's Keenan couldn't hold the mark. Taken away by Gordon, showing plenty of strength. No doubt for North Melbourne. They've got him going all the time. Up she goes towards the full forward zone. And Baker punched away from Baker. And, of course, we wait now for the ball to come back into play. If Collingwood are good enough, they can win it. And if North Melbourne are strong enough and good enough, they can hang on. But you'd have written the Magpies off about 5 minutes ago, and they trail by 30 points. The ball back towards centre field again. 11. Oh, golly, how much more can we stand of this? I'd hate to be those players out there, because they're under tremendous strain as the ball is shot back by Wood.
And there's the scoreboard. North Melbourne by 25 points. Out towards half-back. Members side it goes. Gordon, the big leap. Oh!
Into play. It'll be Baker and Thompson. Punched away by Worthington. Oh, beautiful one to Magro. Balked that time a bit, tried to get it out towards the wing position. A bit more acceleration back again after they went through a bit of a lapse there.
22 minutes of play approaching in the final quarter. Out it goes towards Rene King. Couldn't grab it. Well backed up though by Barham. Centre wing on the outer side. The Magpies trail by 20 points and Barham's off for a run. Hamilton turned to Bond. Bond can steady down and pop in towards full forwards. He does do. So 19-24. 138. Magpies 18-9. 117, 23 minutes of play in the final quarter, and Brassley looks pretty happy.
Ball back into play again, out there towards centre half forward. The ball pushed out of Wearmouth. He's grabbed, and a free kick to Wearmouth. That's centre half back for Collingwood. Little Rover looks tired as he boots the ball. Doesn't gather much distance that time. Punched away by Gubblin, grabbed by Gordon. He's grabbed, he's clear now. Hand pass coming out, little Bond doing his best to try pushing the back. Pushing the back to Bond, a little bit stiff that time, Cowden, because the little fella fell with him. Oh, now he's not, could lose the ball here. Doesn't want to do anything foolish now. They're going to have any chance of winning it. He's at centre half forward, a good 70 metres out. He's got to get it up there in the air to Moore if he can, but he's surrounded by North Melbourne players. Up it comes now, the big fella in the middle of the pack.
He's waiting for that siren, because until that siren sounds, you won't believe he's won the flag. 151 to 124, North Melbourne have done it twice in the history of VFL football. The only two times